All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim and her pushing his gospel and truth and sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, fall upon your houses. This is the brother Quanah Wad come back at you, Lord will, with the edifying lesson through the spirit and power. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord will. It is edifying, Lord will. It is straight to the point. But we're coming up to this Saturday, right, on the which is the 23rd, right, at evening, right, is going to be the Passover, right, the Pesach, right, in the Paleo Ancient Hebrew, it's the Pesach, right. We're getting into the Pesach, right, Saturday evening, all the way to, the 30th at evening, right, from the 23rd evening to the 30th at evening, right, it's a full 7 days, for the Pesach, man, the Passover. And this is a heavy time. I was watching, Elder Apostle Rakah's video that he did, going into faith. Your faith will, have you keeping the commandments, right, to the best of your ability, right, which is a beautiful video, right, the Elder Apostle Rakah, going in, and he made a statement saying that, hey, this is a very spiritual time, because something always usually happens, right before and right after, the Pesach, man, just before, on the Pesach and after the Pesach, something always usually happens, man, and this is why we have to keep, our eyes open, and more now, right, than ever, right, we have to seriously be examining ourselves and walking, this path as, as best we can, as best we can. Now, again, we're not justified by the law, but as, the elder apostle, was quoting, right, in, Romans, the 3rd chapter, right, through faith, we establish the law, right? So we have to keep it to the best of our ability as much as possible. We can't be out here, like the elder apostle was saying, right? We can't be out here being niggas, right? We can't be out here being wicked, because realistically, that's what got us in this position in the first place, man, and we don't want to be here any longer, man. We want to be, part of the ones that are ultimately going to be forgiven and be, being out of here soon, man, because we know it's coming, right? We know Yahweh Shai is on his way, right? All these different signs. You got the what is that? The eclipse, that's coming. What is it saying? April 8th, which is gonna, it's gonna pass over, and cross over, like seven different cities, right? Called Nineveh, within America as well as Canada, right? And the center, right, of the crossing point, right, is going to be what? It's going to be located in a place, right, which is called Little Egypt, man, right? So all these spiritual signs are happening, right, letting us know that, hey, we're in the time, hey, when Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is finna wreak havoc on the earth, right? Yahweh Shai gonna come with his army and destroy this fucking place, man, this place being America, right, as well as casting down all rule, power, and authority, And this is what we hope for, man, right? We hope to be able to be a part of the ones that are going to see that, and aid in the downfall of this place, man, But in order for us to get there, in order for us to be a part of that number, we have to examine ourselves constantly, right? Examine ourselves. And I got a couple precepts, man. I don't want to make this too long, right? But this 2 Corinthians 13:5, it says, examine yourselves, right? Whether you be in the faith, prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves how that Yahweh Shah Mashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates, man, So again, we have to examine ourselves, man. Hey, and whatever we're doing, that is, distracting us, whatever we're doing, that's, might be putting a bad spirit on us or whatever, man, and we know that, and we realize that, hey, we got to fast, we got to pray, right? We got to get those things off of us, man, and stop doing those things, right? Whatever it may be that may be distracting us, right? So that way we can, be clear in a sense, right? Coming into the Passover, man, so that way we're good, We don't have any, strings attached to this fucking world, all that shit, man. That shit's got to be gone, Scriptures say, if that right eye offend thee, pluck it out, and that's not literally talking about plucking it out, but that's anything that's, you know, that's going to distract you, right? Anything that's ultimately going to take your time, you know, away from, you know, this truth, your attention away from this truth, right? Yeah, that shit's got to be gone, man. You know, and I speak for myself first and foremost, right? This goes for myself first and foremost because I'm speaking it, but nonetheless, right? We all have to do that, man. You know, because again, coming into the Passover, if you out here doing some wicked ass shit, being an evil ass nigga, you know, hey, the Lord's gonna kill your ass, man. The Lord is going to kill your ass, man. And scripture says it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. So the Lord can have you out here doing the work, man. You know, but again, you being a wicked ass nigga, hey, the Lord will kill your ass, man. He could kill you just before the Passover. He could kill you on the Passover or just after, man. Or the Lord can preserve you all the way until that destruction comes, man. You know, the Lord can preserve you all the way until Jacob's trouble comes. Now you catching hell, man. You know, now the Lord forsook you, man. You know, and that's something that we don't want. So we have to continuously. And this is something that we should be doing all year, man. We should be doing this shit all year, examining ourselves all year, right? Are we doing the things that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you know, would be okay with, you know? So I want to grab this in 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter. And again, this is going into you know, being in the right mind, you know, being in the right mind, right before, you know, coming into the Passover, right? Because if you're not, this is what's going to happen. We'll start right here in 1 Corinthians 11:24. It says, and when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, take, eat. This is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me, you know. You know, and we eat, you know, we eat the lamb, right? We eat the lamb, you know, we eat the, you know, the unleavened bread, you know, because, hey, during the Passover, you're not supposed to have, you know, any kind of leaven, you know, in your homes. And you can read this, you know, and get the blueprints on, you know, Passover and read it in Exodus, the 12th chapter, which we read on the Passover as well, you know, where you're not supposed to have any leavened bread, right? Which is, you know, really just self-rising. So any bread with any kind of yeast in it, right? Or kind of self-rising agents in it, you know, because, you know, it's going back to, you know, the time, you know, of the Exodus, man, when we were coming out of Egypt, right? We didn't have time, you know, to ultimately put, you know, that leavening agent, you know, within, you know, our bread, you know, so we just kind of just, hey, we're moving, man, trying to get the hell up out of there, you know, as well as, you know, we ate it in haste, you know, and then, again, there's the blueprint you can read in Exodus, the 12th chapter on that, you know, verse 25, it says, after the same manner, also he took the cup, which he had supped, saying, this cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye as often as ye drink it in remembrance of me. And we drink the Yahya, man. You know, we drink the red wine, right, which is symbolic for the blood of Yahweh Shai, man. You know, verse 26, for as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and the blood of the Lord, man. You know? And that's a heavy thing, right? You don't want to be in that kind of position, right? To show forth any kind of disrespect or dishonor, right, to Yahweh B'Hashim Yahushai, man. You know? Verse 28, it says, but let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup, right? So you have to examine yourself, man. Hey, am I in the right mindset? Am I doing the things that I should be doing? You know, are there things that are distracting me, right? You got to be asking yourself these questions and truly examining, right? You can go into that word examine. It goes into scrutinize harshly, you know. You have to really, really, really check yourself, man. You know, you have to check yourself, man, before the Lord wrecks you, man, right? Because it says right here, verse 29, it says, for he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself and not discerning the Lord's body, man. You know, so again, you drinking destruction unto yourself, right? If you know, again, out here being a nigga, right? You out here committing all different types of wickedness, man, you know, and you eat of that Passover, you know, without examining yourself, without removing any kind of distractions from yourself, you know, you do that, hey, your ass is grass, man. You know, and again, this is why the message is going out so heavily, right? Every year around the Passover, man, just before the Passover, a couple of months before, and even going, you know, after the Passover, brothers are still making lessons about checking yourself, man, because that's how heavy it is, you know? This is something that we should be doing again. This is something that we should be doing, you know, all year, man, checking ourselves. Because the Lord can take us out, man, if we're not right, you know? And again, you know, like I stated in the beginning, we want to be part of the ones, right, that get to see the downfall of our enemy and be partakers in his downfall, man. You know, partakers in his enslavement, right? Partakers in his destruction. That's what we want. We want to see the reward of our enemies, man. But the only way we're going to do that is if we examine ourselves and continue to strive to walk as Yahweh Shai walked, man. You know, to the best of our ability. That's how we're going to make it, man. So examine yourself constantly, man. Examine, man. You know, so with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahushua, B'Hashem, Rachak Kodash, double honor to the elder apostles, elder bishops, the great millstone. Until next time, I say shalom.